video is about the exact story on how I got started in real estate. So I started saving in 2007 when I joined the military, and my first property I bought in 2010. From 2007 to 2010, I had saved $20,000. So my first property was a house, and that house I bought it for $147,000. So the down payment was $14,000. Okay. Now I started renting out some houses, some rooms. So I rented 4 rooms, and it was giving me $1,100 a month of revenues. Then in 2011, I bought another four-plex. This four-plex I paid $187,000. So the down payment for this was $18,000 and $700. Okay, I didn't have the money back then. So what did I do? I asked everyone around me if I could borrow money. Everybody said no except for one person, the stepdad. The stepdad said yes. So he borrowed me $18,000 for the down payment, because he asked some friends, he went around, and he saw that what we were buying was a deal, and it was not under or overvalued or undervalued. We paid a fair price for the property. So now in 2014 is my next move. I buy another fourplex, and this fourplex was $230,000, but I was able to negotiate to $190,000. So this gave me a $40,000 instant equity. And then not too long after, I bought another six-plex. This six-plex was selling for almost $300,000, and I bought it for $250,000. So I made another $50,000 of equity. These properties had a lot of work that needed to be done, and I needed to throw out some tenants. I needed to put in some good tenants. So in one summer, we had almost flipped this fourplex and bought this sixplex. Okay, so these properties, this one is giving me, my fourplex is giving me $400 of cash flow per month. This one is giving me about $450 cash flow a month. And now this one is giving me around $700 of cash flow a month. So this is in 2014. Remember, in 2013, I had totally paid off my house. It took me 2 years and a half to pay off my home. It was $147,000 with all the extra money. I was working full time on the weekends, and I was renting out some rooms, and it took me 2 years and a half to pay this property off. $147,000. So I have $147,000 of equity. Remember, I've never refinanced a property. In that $147,000, I also paid back, even if it was 0 interest rate, I still paid off my stepdad as soon as possible, because you want to keep relations in good hands. And in 2013, I also bought a house, a tax property house, and I made a 10% on this property. So 2015, I buy another tax lien certificate and make another 10% on that property. As we go on, the next property that we buy is in 2018. We buy a four-plex for $240,000, and we have the down payment 20% down, and we put in $48,000 down payment. And this property is also giving about $400 a month of cash flow. This is cash flow, it's not profits, okay? Profits is another thing. So in 2018, we bought a four-plex. We also bought 2 tax lien certificates, and we made around 10% on each plus revenues. Tax lien certificates take about 10 hours to complete, and usually you make around $10,000 per deal. You're making $10,000 in about 10 hours of work, okay? It's the easiest way to make money, seriously. Anybody who wants, like, this worked 100% of the time. And the minimum I made was 10% of capital gains. This ain't revenues, okay? It's capital gains. So it's not the same tax. It's better when you have capital gains, because when you're receiving capital gains, it's taxed at 50% of your income. It's worth a lot more money. And so right now, this is what's going on. I want to refinance for the first time my six-plex. I only owe $80,000 on it, and it's worth about $350,000. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to refinance 80% of that value, and that's going to put money in my pocket tax-free. This is all legal stuff, okay? The reason why it's tax-free is because I'm refinancing. I'm not selling the property. 80% of $350,000 would be around, let's just say 70,000. So about 280K approximately, okay? I did that calculation in my head. You remove the mortgage that you have already, so it's gonna put around 200K in my pocket. So what I'm gonna do with this 200K, I'm gonna go look for a big property that I can leverage 5 times. This means I can go for a property that's worth $1 million. So now we start to get in the real game, because when we're in commercial real estate, we're not talking about a 4% return or 5% return. We're going almost 7.5 return. So this is where the real money is. And the bigger you can go, the faster it cash flows, and the faster you could put money in your pocket, and the faster you can grow the value of it. Because remember, I bought this property for $250,000, and not even 4 years or 5 years later, it's worth $350K. I also bought in 2019 a house. This house was worth almost $600,000, and I got it for $387,000. That's a lot of instant equity. This is why I seriously believe that real estate is the best investment, no matter what people say. Look at Grant Cardone. He's worth billions. Look at, unless you're a business owner and you're growing your business, I don't believe that stocks can outperform real estate. Real estate is by far the best investment. Why? Because it gives you instant cash flow if you buy it right, and it gives you instant profits, and you control 100% of what you're doing. As you could see, when I started out, I had only $20,000, and not long after, we're talking about almost $1 million in equity in less than 10 years. I've went from zero passive income to $10,000 of passive income per month in less than 10 years. Tell me anybody in stocks that have those same results. Show me one person that has the same results, and I'll maybe change my mind. But everybody that I know that went into real estate have more results than I do, because I was taking my time. I was going slow. Everybody I know went from $0 and in maybe 6 to 7 years went up to $6 to $7 million of assets. I don't know a lot of people that can do that. I followed some people that went into stocks. Some people got lucky. I know a guy that bought Maple Leaf at the bottom when it was undervalued and almost went bankrupt, and he became a multi-millionaire. Okay, oh yes, he became a multi-millionaire, but is he making cash flow per month? Unless he went into dividend stocks, there's no way he's making this amount of money that I'm making through real estate. And I'm only beginning because I'm 32 years old. If I keep doing this, I've calculated that I would become a billionaire by the age of 70. So what I'm showing here is not millionaire's knowledge, it's billionaire's knowledge. So this is how I'm going to conclude this video. Remember to like, subscribe, feel free to comment, feel free to share, feel free to tell me anything. Maybe I'm missing information, you guys disagree. I'm open to any comments that you guys have to say about this. If you want more information, if you want more details, I'm trying to make this as simple as possible. I just want to show the route that I've taken to get the results that I have today, to encourage people to start taking action. Just focus on one thing in life. Like, I went into stocks, I went into real estate, I went to mutual funds, and my portfolio that grew the fastest was in real estate. So I want to end this video like this. Thank you guys for listening. I always love doing these videos. I really love sharing my knowledge. I really love just helping people to get the results that you want, because I truly believe that when you get the results that you want, it makes you happy. So have a good one. Thank you. Goodbye.